Hey, hey.
My intro.
That's what you forgot?
I forgot to do an intro. I don't necessarily have to do an intro, but it'd have been dope to do an intro.
We gonna give the people an intro one day.
Just walking in from the side.
Welcome to Union Street, the pod, where we have the most interesting conversation.
I'm sorry. You can start over in a second. Is that too loud? Do you think that's too loud? I mean, it feels great. But...
I don't know. I don't want to turn it off, though, because this sweater is kind of warm.
Okay, cool. Can you feel it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Go ahead. My bad.
I can feel I don't like to feel the air blowing, but I can feel it's cool in here. So,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, cool. Now go.
Welcome to Union Street, the pod, where we have the most interesting conversations on the internet with the most interesting people in the world. I am Big Domo.
Big Domo.
Actually, no. I'm just Domo. Being Big Domo.
Too much?
Yeah.
I'm Union Jackson.
Big, so I just want to be Domo.
The hunt for Domo's street name continues, people. So just be on the lookout for that one.
Yep.
It's enough murders in Harlem, so we can't say murder Domo because everybody's murdered something or killing something or.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be.
Should your street name be gang related?
No. Why I got to be that?
Because everyone in Harlem is gang related.
I don't know about everyone, but that's fine.
Okay.
I don't think my street name has to be gang related.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to do my part.
Thanks.
What kind of co-host would I be if I didn't do my part? You are no longer a guest at this point, Domo. You're
right.
A co-host at this point. How does that feel?
It feels great. I love it here. I hope the people love me too. I love being here with y'all. I love every week. Y'all being the people.
You. Shout out to my Uncle Joe. I just want to get this out the way early. Shout out to my Uncle Joe, bro.
Shout out to Uncle Joe. Can't wait to meet you, bro.
I don't know. I don't know what I would do without this man. I sat down earlier this week and had a conversation with him. Naturally, I had to get him on the podcast. We did an episode before, and I didn't release it because it was just a lot going on at the time, so I didn't really get a chance to edit the footage and the audio and things like that and put out the information. But a couple days later, it worked out because my Uncle Joe said, hey, man, that thing that we did, I want to redo it because a lot of shit has changed. You know what I'm saying?
In a couple of days?
It's on a couple of days.
That's wild, but okay. Love that.
Uncle Joe don't play around, but he said, let's do it over. I need a redemption episode. And I said, sure thing, big man. And we got it done, and it was phenomenal. I can't wait to get it to y'all. I'm working on it. I'm currently working on it. Yeah, and I did one with my nephew too. It was awesome. It was cute. I just wanted to take time out to speak life into him, and I want to get that to him so he'll have something to remember that like me and my uncle did this one time, this one thing, and hopefully him seeing it and ignite something in him that propels him into a space where, AI can't really, you know what I'm saying? Because AI taking over everything. You know what I'm saying? So I want to propel him into a space where he does something that AI can't take away from him. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
I mean, be it the media space or just not just media, but like, this electronic shit. You know what I'm saying? Engineering or something like that. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to talk a lot about sports, so maybe even sports commentary. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I went off on a little tangent early. My tangents are random. Thank you for putting up with me. So what's up, Mama? How you been?
I've been okay. Yeah. I had a long week. Headed to Nashville tomorrow with the girlies for the weekend for a birthday trip. So that's exciting. Definitely need to go home and pack.
Take lots of pictures.
Yep. Went to go see my girl today and got my nails done. Make sure y'all book her, but not too much because I still need time to get my nails done too. So make sure y'all 90% fill up her schedule so that I can still have my time to get my nails done.
Who are we talking about?
My nail girl, Kay. She's in Bayonne. She's dope.
Oh, we gotta give her a proper shout out one of these days. What else? What are we forgetting?
How have you been? How's your week?
Well, I was in the hospital.
Oh, but it's okay. You can lie to the people.
You know what I'm saying? I can lie to the people? What you mean?
I said you can lie to the people.
About what?
I didn't think you was going to say you was in the hospital.
Oh, no. I don't give a fuck. These are my homies.
Okay,
I was in the hospital, so that was the thing. I haven't been to work. I'm in the process of getting better. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool though. I'm really cool. I'm ready to go back to work. I had an appointment today. I got another appointment, and I'll be back to work soon. I ain't really been having shit going on outside of just partying and shit, talking to the people that I care the most about. And that's really been it, man.
Shout out to your coworkers for holding it down.
Shout out to the guys, bro. Shout out to Big Coop, Ramondo, the guys.
All them.
What else? Damn, I was about to say something else. I forgot what I was about to say. But anyway, yeah, I've been cool, man. I've been chilling. I've been hanging out.
That's what's up. We love that.
Yeah.
It's summertime.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. 4th of July. I'm not ready.
What's happening?
Fireworks. I don't fuck with
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Yo,
fuck with
do you
fireworks.
know that last night somebody random, a guy and a girl, was walking down the street and they stopped in front of my house and put little fireworks in the middle of the street, let them shits off, and then just walked away?
I hate fireworks.
Like, what was the fucking purpose? Do that shit in front of your own house. That shit actually blew mine.
Yeah.
Because it was late and I was laying down. And the only reason why I knew, I heard the noise and I got up and looked out the window because I was like, the fuck is that? But then I saw them on the camera. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Go get a hobby.
Randomly throughout the night, I don't know, somewhere around here, people are letting off high-power explosives. And me, I've been to Vietnam.
That's scary.
I was in Vietnam, people. So, and it was a very, very traumatic experience. So, I don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, we passed the 6-minute mark. I'll be fine. I don't play that. I might have PTSD because I was in Nam. I was in Fallujah. I was in Desert Storm. Huh?
I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
I was in the military, but I wasn't.
I was like, wait, Vietnam.
But
How old are you? Okay. Learn something new every day about your people. Just saying. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
But yeah,
How
man.
is the cuisine over there?
Yeah. By cuisine, she mean Vietnamese women. So that's all we ate.
Whoa. Okay. Yep. We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Nah,
Can I just
man.
Can I talk about how the people on the Ring app are so unhinged
Oh my
on
God.
this?
I love it. I'm about to turn it into a date nap.
Like, what? What is wrong with y'all? Why do y'all write every little thing on the Ring Neighbors app? Mm-hmm. Why do we need to know that in the midst of a heat wave, your power went out? Mm-hmm. And why are you asking if other people's power are out? Pay PSE&G and you don't have to worry about your power going out.
Keep your shit up to date. I like the ones that be like, hey, I saw a bluebird in the park. Is anyone missing a bluebird?
Right. Somebody wrote today, I saw a black cat roaming around. Did anybody lose their cat? What?
Yeah.
Go sit down.
Those be my favorite ones. So
like,
if something pop in, if anything was to ever pop up in your community app about somebody trying to turn you into a date nap, it's me. So if I'm user number,
I don't know if you're in my community.
I'm just saying, but I guess it's all the same.
I think you
right?
outside of the radius of my community.
I think it's all. I get stuff from Union and those places, like
from by my house.
Yeah, I get stuff like.
I feel like I don't get nothing from down here.
My shit, I don't know. Maybe I made my shit big.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to change the radius, but
I don't know either. I don't even know if that's a thing, but I feel like I get stuff from over there.
I get stuff from other places, but not this far down.
I definitely get stuff from Hillside though, for sure.
I get stuff from like,
cause somebody posted like, oh man, who's playing loud music at such and such and such and such, and I was like, yeah, that's bro. That's bro. he in the backyard.
That was him
crazy.
in the backyard? Got it.
But the
anyway, sorry. Tangent.
Yeah, my bad. Our apologies. We do that sometimes. But the booms and the loud pops is definitely warranted because we are at war. That nigga Trump is not fucking around.
Y'all voted this fucking man into office. Ship me the fuck out of here. Because what? How did we get like? How did we get here? I was let me tell you how unserious. So there's always this memes on how black people are so unserious, right? So
agreed. Yep.
I was at the bar and the game was on. Something was on. The game was on, I think. And then Game 7 was on. And then on the other TV was just random shit. So then the news was on. when the shit popped up on the news, I was like, bartender, I need another drink. Like,
Man.
I wasn't worried. I wasn't concerned. I was just like, how did we get here?
Because we so desensitized to like dumb shit and bullshit that it's just like it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens.
I don't know.
We'll just deal with it when it happens, when it comes up. Once it hit our doorstep, we'll deal with it. You know who I like as my correspondent? That little nigga with the body like this, little gay nigga. Little gay nigga with the
I'm not doing this with you.
He like Donald Trump. That's who I appreciate as my correspondent. I appreciate that nigga, like, because who else would you want to speak for the country and you?
I will say, though, the wildest shit was seeing that on Saturday night and then waking up to storms on Sunday morning that I did not know were happening.
Try to tell you.
And then we like, wait, are they bombing us in New Jersey?
It's so much shit going on,
in
bro.
New Jersey?
It's so much shit going on. Like, why is it? We never really know what the fuck is going on.
No.
You understand what I'm saying?
We
like,
walk around here oblivious to everything else going on
these
in the
niggas
universe.
they could tell us anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now people are speculating that the Earth is actually in a black hole. That's why stuff changes, and it's just like you don't realize it changed, but then after a while, it's just one of those things where you kind of see it and you be like, hold up, that used to be different. Like they say, the Mandela effect. Mm-hmm. They say people don't really. It just becomes reality, and people just. You might kind of remember it a different way, but like for the most part, if I remember it a way and I'm like, yo, Domo, you remember when so and so and so and so? You'll be like, no, I was never like that. You know what I'm saying? One day you're gonna come in here and actually gonna say like
700 questions.
Yeah, or 250 questions. You gonna be like, wasn't it?
So
and I'm gonna be like,
nope,
nah. And you gonna see like little shit. Like you gonna be like, I think it was before. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like Chick-fil-A. Who the fuck knew it was CHICK filet? I thought it was CHIC.
I don't know. I feel like I've always known it was CK.
No, that can't be true. I feel like it was Chick-fil-A. And somebody said to me, they said, yeah, I think it was different. I noticed it around 2015. And I didn't do the research. I didn't look more into it. I wish I would have.
That it went from
CHIC
to CK?
Yeah. Hold on, man. Go ahead. Talk to the people about that shit, man. Like, you ever come across anything that you felt like was different, but now it's like...
So, I've had this debate about this movie called Shazam.
Okay.
And I remember it with Shaq. Was it with Shaq? I remember it. But every time I go to look up the movie, I think it got Sinbad.
Shazam?
Shazam? The one where he was like the genie?
What was that movie?
Please hold.
So now, right, I looked it up, right? And it says no. Chick-fil-A was never officially named Chick-fil-A. It was always, they saying it was always CK and just not
CK.
C. While some people may remember it was Chick-fil-A with just a C, particularly the context of Eat More Chicken campaign, the company official name has always been Chick with a CK, spelling with a K, has been the consistent and correct way to refer to the restaurant chain. The confusion may stem from a perceived play on words with chick or from Eat More Chicken slogan, which uses a playful non-standard spelling. But I promise you, I'll find a picture. Somebody will have a picture somewhere where it'll be like Chick-fil-A, CHIC.
See, this said there's a widespread misconception often cited as an example of the Mandela effect, where people believe Sinbad starred as a genie in a movie called Shazam. However, no such movie exists. There used to be this movie, I promise y'all. Sinbad has never starred in a movie with that title or concept and has even addressed the misconception publicly.
No. Shazam is something else. Shaq was Kazam.
Okay, so but Shazam, there was a Sinbad version of Shazam,
Was it?
and now everybody's saying no, that wasn't true. They saying it's the Mandela effect.
I know Shazam to be the thing that the nigga, what's the boy name? The superhero.
Yeah.
He say Shazam to activate his powers.
Right.
I know that.
But there was a version with Sinbad.
There was a movie where Sinbad played a genie.
But they're saying that it wasn't.
Sinbad genie movie. Oh, well, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Right? Anyway. So.
Yeah, they saying nah. Yeah, but Shaq played Kazam.
But yeah. So that's one thing that's like I thought to be true, but no, it's not true. And mad people talk about this movie with Sinbad, and I remember seeing it. I don't know.
Yeah, but see, that's just the thing. Like, see, like I said, we'll never really know what the F is going on because it's like people say one thing and then they say another thing, and it's like they say, yo, we live in a black hole, so stuff is constantly changing. Reality is constantly bending. Time is constantly shifting. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you'll see somebody that looks away one day, and they'll look totally different the next day, or something along those lines.
It's called plastic surgery.
Yeah, that's it. But it's just like, or some things might not be like things just might not be how we remember them.
That's wild.
You know what I'm saying? People, places, and things are shifting, and people saying like, nah, bro, like, what are you talking about?
It's always been like that.
It's a conspiracy, bro.
That's wild.
None of this shit is real. I think we living in a what's the S word? Simulation. I think we living in a simulation.
In the Matrix.
But like I said, we are at war. Donald Trump is not playing with these people. So waking up to hear booms and shit, like it's realistic. It's a very real thing that we could possibly be under a fucking attack.
In New Jersey. Take me back to New York.
I'm gonna tell you right now, right? My correspondent is what's the boy name? Bent Body Baby. That's what we're gonna call him. We're gonna call him Bent Body Baby. Because his body all bent up, right? I appreciate him as my correspondent, but I need him to be more on top of these things because I don't know what's going on, bro. I need to be informed. You know what I'm saying? Like Iran, who we beefing with? Who the fuck we beefing with?
Iran.
We beefing with Iran? Right, cool. So we beefing with Iran. We got a history of people attacking us on our own soil, mostly white men, but apparently like they blame one of the more recent terrible attacks on American soil on the Muslims. So for majority Muslim country to be beefing with us and they categorized as some of the most dangerous people on earth, I disagree. I think it's white people.
And New York just voted in he's going to be on the ballot of Muslim mayor.
He talking that shit.
Mondami.
Yeah, so like, why won't we take this shit a little bit more serious?
We don't, because we don't take anything serious at this point. Like, I feel like we've been through so much. Like, we not serious. Especially black people. We not serious about nothing.
Yeah, niggas is
we out here with them fans at.
Bro, that nigga asked where them fans at. Bitches forgot everything else they had going on in their life. Crazy. What a fucking time, bro.
We living in unserious times. Like, we just recovering from the pandemic and now niggas is at war. Like, bro, can we get a break? Can I just enjoy the summertime with my friends and have fun and harass somebody's son? Like, that's it.
You know how niggas is fucked up? Let's just get away from the war topic. Like, that's depressing. You know how niggas is like just so jaded with life? Like, niggas was, like you said, you called it the pandemic. Like, niggas was calling pandemic.
It's calling that
niggas
shit.
Was giving it names. Niggas was dying daily by the hundreds.
No, dead ass, no.
And niggas was fine.
Niggas, all we wanted to do was go outside and get a drink. Like, I don't understand why the restaurants is not open.
Niggas was like,
I don't understand why I can't go on vacation.
I ain't got to pay bills. I ain't got to go to work.
That.
And we get a stimmy.
And we get the stimmy.
Niggas was
and a lot
crazy.
of people, the stimmy was more than they take home check.
Mm-hmm.
So niggas, yeah, we don't take nothing serious.
I don't want to talk about the PPP situation. It's a
well, no, not that.
It's a sore it's a sore subject for me.
Okay, we're not talking about that. But yeah,
I wish I would've.
pandemics, the stimmies, we tired.
We are very unserious people.
We tired.
We are very unserious people. We need to get it together, people.
You know.
That's my personal opinion.
I know I'm not getting it together, so I'm not even gonna lie.
Speaking about attacks on New York, you want to talk about Nas and Jim?
So, wow. Jim Jones said he a better rapper than Nas. Listen, here's my opinion, right? When you're doing something, if you don't think that you're the best at it, what are you really doing it for? I get it. Yes. We all know Jim Jones does not rap better than Nas. However, if you don't feel that you're the best at what you're doing, what is the purpose of doing it? You really strive to be number 5? You really get into playing basketball to be like, nah, I'ma just come off the bench when my team is up by 20. No, you want to get out there. You want to play. It's the same thing with rapping. You don't get into rapping saying, oh, I'm going to be behind everybody. I'm going to be behind the top 10 for my whole career. No, you got to think better than that. So he thinking he better. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't see nothing wrong with his opinion.
Here's my beef with it. Right? Like, you do what you do. Y'all niggas is both rich, out of my planet. Like, I don't. It's
that
not
too,
none of my
can't
business.
Rap.
I can't rap either. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time,
the computer's Putin.
So terrible. He's top 10 worst people to ever pick up a microphone. But when you put it like this, right? Cool. I agree with you. Nobody wants to be number 2. Everybody wants to be number 1. But at the same time, you don't go out there and compare Allen Iverson to Shaq. You don't go out there and compare Troy Polamalu to Tony Romo. But because like, although we do participate in the same sport, we play 2 vastly different positions. My thing is, Jim, like, bro, you saying all this stuff that's proven to be untrue, right? People immediately went down a rabbit hole and was like, all right, my nigga, like, boom, Nas did this, and this. He got this, he got that. Cool. Not that he's better than you. You don't have to admit that he's better than you. You don't have to go there. But at the same time, your argument could have been like, yo, my style of rap and the way I treat hip-hop is totally different from the way Nas raps and the way he treat hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like that would have been a better argument. Like people compare LeBron and Mike because similarly, like, their position's not that different. Small forward, shooting guard, small forward, because Jordan was a small forward shooting guard. LeBron plays like all positions on the court, but at the same time, it's like they pretty much play the same type of ball. So you wouldn't compare a 5 to a 1 or 2 to a 4, in most cases. You know what I mean? So I feel like that would have been a better argument for the boy. Right,
but that's us looking at 2 people. Right?
Right.
That's like you saying you always gonna be behind.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Let's think before we speak. Let's think before we speak now. Let's take a second.
That's like you coming out and saying you always gonna be number 2 in the podcast world. You never gonna say that, right? You always gonna say I'm the best podcaster out here. Right. That's what you're supposed to say. That's what you're supposed to think. That's what you're supposed to feel. That's how you're supposed to carry yourself. You're not supposed to carry yourself like, oh, I'm always gonna be number 2. Cause what the fuck is that?
So this is what that argument falls short, because I'm not going to compare myself to obviously he's a podcaster and he's a sports analyst. I wouldn't compare myself to a Stephen A. because his way of approaching the sport of podcasting is different from the way I approach it. I approach it in the sense that I want to have conversations about topics that I find interesting. I want to have conversations about people and people that I find to be interesting. I want to have conversations with people that I find interesting. His thing is like he wants to talk about sports and he wants to talk about how sports affect people. We speaking about pop culture majority of the time. He's talking about sports a majority of the time. So whereas like we may come to sports a little bit, we might touch, but like we don't necessarily consider ourselves sports critique professionals.
Yeah, but you can still compare the two because you can still say like the way I speak and the way I articulate myself is better. The way we edit our pod is better. My fits is better. Like I look better. Like
stupid suits. You said something about my hairline earlier, so that plays a part.
So right, so you can still compare yourself.
I still feel like I'm better. I do feel like I'm better than him though. So
exactly. So you can still compare yourself. It don't have to be like, oh, I have better topics because yes, our topics are not the same. So I wouldn't go as far as saying I have better topics, but
I would. Our topics are better.
Yeah, well, because we're talking about current events and stuff like that. He's only talking about sports, but for somebody who don't care about current events, they might think our topics is whack, right?
I don't believe that. I got more faith in y'all than that.
So you can still compare the two, and you can still come out and say you better than him. I think that we feel like it's crazy on the outside looking in because we know that Jim is not better than Nas. Like we know that Nas has a longevity that Jim doesn't necessarily have, right? So for us, we like Jim rapping, yes. I mean, I do. Harlem.
I do too. I enjoy his music. Some of it.
We enjoy his music, but we just don't agree with his take. But that doesn't mean that his take is crazy. That's how he feels.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Who's a better rapper, Jay-Z or Soulja Boy?
Jay-Z.
Why?
I like more of his songs. I feel like his lyrics are better. I feel like the composition of his song is better.
Okay, cool. So with that, Soulja Boy is on record saying that his style of rap was stolen by one of the most famous rappers in the game. He say Drake stole his flow. Now Drake is easily one of the most famous, one of the most popular rappers in the game right now. So his comparison is to Jay-Z, and a lot of people would say, "Yo, I relate more to Drake than Jay-Z." And if Drake is better than Jay-Z and Drake stole Soulja Boy's style, don't that make Soulja Boy a better rapper than Jay?
I get what you're saying. And everybody's entitled to their opinion. A lot of the new kids don't like Jay.
Fuck them niggas.
It is what it is, right? We don't like all the new rap. So, but that don't make it worse than
it does.
That just means that's just not our style.
It does. So who? See, I like drill rap. I think it's catchy.
I do too. I actually really enjoy it.
Yeah, for real.
It's like Favi and all them. I really enjoy it.
Favi is the fucking man.
I love Favi.
Favi is the king of New York right now.
Yeah.
I'm saying it. I don't know whoever. Y'all could Pop. Feel free to disagree, right? I think Favi is the king of New York right now. Every time he dropped, it's a hit. Everybody he stand next to is fire. He did the song with Mabu. You ever heard that song? Mm-mm. Teach Me How to Drill. Mm-mm. Fire. I don't know how it went so low under the radar, but that song is fucking fire, bro. His videos are fucking phenomenal. He stand next to me. Anybody he stand next to, he do his thing with him. Like no matter how big of an artist they may seem to everybody else than him, but right. I feel like that nigga's the king of New York. It's not even my crown to hand out, but I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I want to do.
I mean, I don't. Again, I feel like that's Jim's opinion, and he gonna stand on it, and that's cool. Like I said, you need to think that you're number one. You should always
feel like you're the best.
Always feel like you're the best.
But I feel like as you have a responsibility to say, hey, yeah, I'm not like nigga, like Nas is not, because he gives Nas respect in the same breath that he say, yo, nah, I made this nigga more viral, this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. See, virality is important to a rapper like Jim. It's not important. Like Nas's main focus is the music. Jim's main focus the bag and virality. Obviously, Nas want to make money because he a businessman at the end of the day too. But at the same time, Jim is not focused. Like if that's the key, we could say like Jim, like you doing more of a detriment to hip hop than anything. You know what I'm saying? With your style of rap, the shit that you rap about. Like nigga, we don't want to hear about the gang banging and the motherfucking
and the computer
in the fucking in the hallways you stood in. Like nigga, that shit is dumb. That shit is dead. You giving energy to some shit that we trying to pull our children away from. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, are you really better? And then if so, what sense?
But does lyrics make you a worse rapper?
Yes. The shit that you talk about can honestly mean if your music and your lyrics cause somebody to do something or live a certain type of lifestyle, that makes you a terrible person, that makes you a terrible rapper, and it makes you a drain on society. That's my personal opinion. Not saying that Jim is. I'm not attempting to disrespect this man in any way, but I'm saying that the subject matter of your raps, the things that the things that you talk about a majority of the time, it's like as nonsensical as it's like it's not something that we need to be focusing on. Like we don't really care about the way you went about hustling and the set you claim, throwing up the set and shit like that. We get it. It happened. That's the thing. What about you has evolved? Because Jim music hasn't evolved. He's gotten better at rapping about the shit that's important to him, but he hasn't evolved as a rapper though. That's just my personal opinion. He got better. He hasn't evolved and his skill set has evolved. Right. But he hasn't gotten better at creating a song and putting out music that just makes sense for like he hasn't grown as a man.
So that's what I'm saying. Like if you took a song that, say you wrote a song, right? Mm-hmm. And you had Nas rap it and Jim rap it. The same lyrics, same song, everything. Mm-hmm. You think that Nas is gonna be better than Jim?
I think Nas is going to create the type of song with the thing that I give them. I think Nas is going to create the type of song that's going to be more melodic and meaningful. You're going to
give them the song. They're going to rap the same exact thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I feel like he's going to create an environment and a situation where it's more like it's informative, it's melodic, and it's like something that you could listen to. But like Jim is going to give you something that you could dance to and party to, type shit. You know what I'm saying?
So different styles.
I feel like if I give it to Nas 10 years from now, I'll probably listen to it again and be like, nah, this shit hard. Right? Like, think about it. Think about, let's just compare like two of their biggest hits, right? Let's compare If I Ruled the World and Ballin'. If Ballin' come on and then I Rule the World come on, I feel like they'll hit. I think If I Ruled the World, it'll hit a little bit more because Ballin' is cool.
Also, I feel like a lot of times with music, is where it takes you back to in your mind, right? So when we hear older songs like If I Ruled the World, it takes us back to a different place mentally than Ballin' does. Because it's like, oh, I remember when such and such was, like, when this song came out, this is what I was doing, this is where I was at. Like, this is the summer that this song came out, and this is what was going on. And then with Ballin', like, I remember I was doing this, I was with this person, I was running here and there, yada, yada, yada. Like, it mentally brings you back to a different place. So I feel like that also plays a big part in songs and how they're perceived in society. Because I'm always going back to old music as opposed to listening to new songs. Right. Always. Because it puts me in that feeling and that mentality of like when I was younger, you know, like feeling good and all the things. I don't always want to hear drill rap. Like, as much as I love it, that's not my go-to. Like, when I'm in the crib, that's not what I'm putting on.
Nah, facts.
So, but that doesn't make it worse. Like we just said, 5E dope. It doesn't make it worse than the older rappers.
Nobody's ever going to say Biggie, Jay, and Jim. Nobody's ever going to say that. With all due respect. I'm just saying, like, in a sense that, like, the music, the way that you approach the sport is like, it's not even comparative to the way that Nas approached it. That's my point. That's all I want to say. It's like, so Jim had I'm speaking to Jim like he listening. He may be listening.
He listening.
Again, no disrespect.
Because we from Harlem.
you had a responsibility in that moment to say, first of all, a 23-year-old kid started this conversation. Fuck that nigga.
Well,
Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? And he said, I'm from Jersey and we grew up on Jim. Not true. What part of Jersey is he speaking for? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot. Jim music did provide a fucking space for niggas, and niggas, you know what I mean? It is what it is. It happened. It was a time. But like, who the fuck? Damn, it's a fucking moth in here. Who the fuck is this little nigga to say this is what we own in Jersey? And for him to have sparked that debate amongst you being 40 and 50 and Nas being 40 and 50, like, who gives a fuck? You know
they want to hear what the kids want to hear.
My thing is, Jim, you had a responsibility to say, hey, man, like the way Nas go about it, and you have a great respect for Nas. You said that yourself. Nas' approach to the game is different from my approach to the game. So it's like, this is my avenue. This is what I got going on. That's his avenue. That's what he got going on. And just leave it alone. Leave it at that. But I mean, I'm entertained by it because it makes for good conversational pieces and things of that nature. But for the most part, I feel like it was stupid.
Listen, again, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And if
you
don't feel like you the best, what the fuck you doing it for?
True. I agree. But at the same time, I agree. I agree.
Can we stay on the music topic?
Yes.
My girl Cardi about to put out a new album. I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. I miss Cardi. I don't like the fact that people are coming for her saying, why is she putting WAP and Up on the album? Why not? They're singles. Like she said, they need a home. So now they have a home on an album.
Right.
I don't understand why people don't like it.
Agreed.
They feel like the songs are too old to be on this album, but
I mean,
I fuck with it.
Yeah, I think it's fire. I don't think all of this shit, everything in life and business is well, not necessarily life, but well, yeah, life too. A lot of this shit is loopholes. So if you find a way to finesse the system and make it work for you, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, that's gonna fuck it up for future generations because they might not be able to. Finagle the same loophole. Jump through the same loopholes, whatever. I mean, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily listen to Cardi B like that. Like, she'll have a hit. She'll have a song that comes out. Like, Bodak Yellow was, like, the last time I really paid any attention to Cardi. Outside of, like, pop culture news and her situation with her ex-husband and things of that nature.
My girl out here living her best life with Stephon Diggs. Okay?
I love it. I love to see it.
I am loving this for sis.
I love to see it. I love love, and I love people to be happy.
Nobody was going to want her single with 3 kids. And
Not true. She a rich bitch with an ass, real or fake. she clean up nice. She dress up nice. You feel me? Like, she do her makeup. She put her clothes outfits on. Her ass like that, titties like that, whatever. Body real or fake, whatever. She personality wise, she could be a lot because at the end of the day, she is a bitch from the Bronx.
She's Dominican.
She is a bitch from the Bronx. So it's like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can't really never say that, like, oh, ain't nobody gonna want you, because that's not true. One, she rich. She come with her own money. 2, she seemed like a fun person to be around.
Nah, she do though.
For a very limited amount of time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have the patience of a saint to deal with a Bronx woman. But
also, even if you watch the way she moved with Offset, like, she really supports her man. Mm-hmm. Like, even now with Stephon Diggs, like, she was at was it his photo shoot or something, wearing his clothes? Like, she really be there supporting her man. So why wouldn't a man want that? Like,
right.
Even with all her own shit that she got going on, like, she still make time and, show love and support her man. So why not?
Especially in a situation where they say she was paying for most of Offset shit. Why is that? Like, women say they paying for most of their man shit. Like, Remy said she was paying for most of Pap shit. Now Beat Cardi saying she was paying for most of Offset shit, said they ain't had no bread. I mean, that's funny to me.
It happens.
But I mean, maybe that's something that she learned in her last situation, where it's like, I don't know what the situation is, but like, everything is a learning experience, and you learn from everything that you go through. So I would hope that she learned that, like, listen, the way that I need to support my man is to show up for my man and be this and this and this. And now she learned from that, and she's...
Offset needs to not be talking about somebody not being wanted with kids. He got like 50 million kids. So what the fuck you talking about? Like,
that man, he just like to sow his seed. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. I want another baby.
I I'm fully on board for you having another baby.
I want another baby. Bad. If you listen to this and you out there, you want to have a baby with me, email us, DM us.
DM him.
You can DM Domo. If you don't want to talk directly to me, you could DM Domo.
I will definitely pass the message on.
And wanting my seat. we can figure that out. We can work something out.
If you want your baby to be tall and have hair,
I got hair
for the rest of his life,
I'm 50.
and be handsome,
Trying to tell you.
holla at him, y'all. He ready to have a baby. You might even get a basketball, football player out the deal.
I'm not problematic. I am 6'5".
See,
You know
tall.
what I'm saying? I retain weight well. I have great muscular definition when attempted to be successful at working out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I have endurance.
He could pull himself up on a stripper pole.
I can.
Twirl around a little bit.
No.
Twirl around a little bit.
My muscle memory is up to par, so it's like.
If y'all want to have, you can DM me if you want to have his
nice,
baby.
healthy,
I'll make sure
baby.
I pass on the message if y'all too scared.
We can work it out. We can work it out. We can make it happen.
We'll make it happen.
What else?
Where we at next?
Let's talk about Tyler Perry.
Okay.
Famous freaky niggas.
Yo.
We never really talked about Diddy again, and I want to talk about that.
Okay.
There's a lot of people talking about it. Let's talk about Diddy real quick for a second. I don't necessarily know if they dropping charges, but I told niggas weeks ago now.
We have a bet going on this too.
Christmas. What's the bet?
$5.
$5 bet. I just told somebody the other day. I said, yo, before the news came out that they was reworking his charge count or some shit like that.
They're just telling the jury to not focus on those three things.
Okay.
The charges are not officially dropped, but they're just telling them when y'all deliberate, don't focus on these three things. Focus on the worst charges. The other charges.
Sounds like a walk to me. That's all I'm saying. Because now it's just too much going on. That's putting the jury in a situation where they gotta have too many conversations. Listen. I just fucking hit you with my car, and then I got out and I called you a bad word. Don't focus on the fact that I hit you with my car. Focus on the fact that I verbally assaulted you. Don't think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just put too much stress in my brain. Now it's gonna be like we're not gonna be able to agree or disagree about that. Because it's like some people are going to be like, well, they told us not to think about it, but how could we not consider that?
Well, yeah. 'Cause I feel like that's all the time. Even when it be like, oh, strike this from the record, jury, act like you didn't hear that. You heard it already, right? It's already out there. So what they can't do is, in a situation like that, is that they can't base their determination on that. They can't say like, oh, because he hit her with his car, that's why we know that he called her a bad word. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this, I guess they're trying to like, instead of grouping all the charges together, they're trying to get him on each charge separately. So these three, like arson, that's nothing. Like that's a lesser charge.
Right.
Sex trafficking, that's the lesser charge. And then I forgot the other one was. So they're just telling the jury to focus on the charges that can bring pretty much the most the most time.
I still stand by my thing. I think that man gonna be home by Christmas. He gonna receive what he get, but for the most part, he gonna be through this and out the woods by Christmas because it's already
out the woods.
June? Yeah, he gonna be out the woods. He gonna be out the woods by June.
So like not even on house arrest, nothing, just a free man.
He might have like probation. He might have like community service. He might have to do. He might have to do stuff.
We could be driving down. We could be driving down the parkway and see Diddy picking up trash on the side of the road.
Picking up a deer. He might have to donate. He might have to pay a fine. He gonna have to donate some money. He gonna have to talk to some people.
Definitely gonna have to give up some money.
Have to start a charity. He might have to do all of those things. But at the end of the day, Diddy is gonna be a man, free amongst the people, being able to live his life and conduct his business as usual.
I don't think he's gonna be able to. I think if he does come home, he's not gonna be able to conduct business as usual. I think that's gonna be the condition. Like if they don't lock him up, he's gonna lose everything.
No, I disagree. Because at the end of the day, he has a right to the pursuit of happiness. So he got a right to do business, and like he might not be allowed to have fuck parties no more. He might not be able to go down the baby oil aisle no more. But like at the end of the day, like he still got to provide a living for himself. Like he still got to be able to provide the life that he himself has been living. His family is used to living. So like, and at the end of the day, he's a businessman. You don't expect that nigga to be working at fucking Walgreens.
I just think they're gonna strip. I think they're gonna strip a lot of things from him.
Like I think like I said, I think they're gonna take some shit from him. But I think at the end of the day, like he gonna be back to one, making music. He gonna be back to two, somewhere dealing in movies and shit like that. I feel like he gonna go back to like doing what he gotta do.
Like normal everyday life, like nothing happened.
Minus the fuck parties.
We'll see.
Minus the fuck parties. No more fuck parties.
We're gonna keep bringing y'all weekly updates on what's going on with the trial. Oh, you know what's crazy? I had to go to Brooklyn on Monday. And it took me through Lower Manhattan, and I drove past the courthouse. It was mad people sitting outside, cameras, just people sitting in lawn chairs, waiting to see what's happening. Because I was in the car. A T-shirt? I didn't see a T-shirt. There was no T-shirts out there.
We got to get our hands on some T-shirts.
The free Diddy T-shirts?
Mm-hmm. Wait, real quick.
$20? Wasn't that the thing we said?
Separately, $20 an hour. Separately, right? How long after Diddy come home do this no Diddy shit go away?
Never.
You think no Diddy is a conversation for that? Okay.
Never. Because we used to say pause. We used to say no homo. Now we just say no Diddy. I think it's just
people still say pause though, which I think is homophobic as fuck, but whatever.
It's just rolling with the time. It's never gonna go away.
I feel like it's gonna go away. In mainstream media, I feel like niggas like, I say you. I don't say no Diddy. You say no Diddy?
I don't say no Diddy.
I don't say no. But niggas like regular niggas, nobody niggas, they gonna say it forever. But like niggas that's in that space, in the common space is him. I don't think podcasters, and I don't think upper echelon podcasters and music people, I don't think they say no Diddy. Unless they attempting to get a rise out of him, or they might be his opposition. But I feel like some of the people that said no Diddy.
Who has said it like in a mainstream space? Do you know off the top of your head, or you?
Not really. I've seen it. I've seen somebody say, "Oh shit, no Diddy," and I was like, "Yo, this nigga corny." You know
I feel like I've seen it amongst.
I feel like I saw an actor nigga say it one time.
But not amongst the celebrities.
Nah, I think I saw an actor nigga say it one time for sure. I can't remember who it was, but he was like, that's what made me say it. Like, imagine if he was home. Like, niggas wouldn't be awful like that. Like, oh shit, haha, no Diddy. Like, I'm like, yo, this nigga corny.
I mean, I don't think it's ever gonna go away. Like I said, I still say Ayo.
I mean,
I don't really say pause. I just say Ayo.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said before, I say it in conversation with Ryan just to make him uncomfortable. But then when he said to me, I'll be like, I'll gaslight him. I'll be like, come on, bro, grow up, nigga. Like, we ain't like that, bro. Like, you childish, my nigga. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I feel like he coming home. I feel like he'll be home by Christmas. He'll be able to celebrate Christmas in the crib with his kids and his new freaky bitch. I don't know.
That's wild.
Yeah, he don't, because a lot of these people just want money, bro. They want fame and money.
I mean,
if he got the money, got a couple dollars to give you.
I don't know.
I can't give everybody 30. He probably can't give everybody 30 million, but at the same time, like, motherfucker, if a motherfucker ain't got 50,000 and you say, yo, I'll give you 4 million, motherfucker's gonna take that 4 million.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Give they lawyer what they gotta give their lawyer and walk away with their 2.5 or whatever the case may be. But
yeah, we'll see. Like I said, we'll keep y'all updated as best as we can until this is over. Closing arguments, I think, started today. So
welcome home, Diddy.
We should have
getting ahead of it.
The jury should start. What you said?
I'm getting ahead of it. Welcome home, Diddy.
Not welcome home. The jury should be in deliberations next week, and I don't know. We'll see.
It's gonna take the jury 2 days.
Well, they'll start deliberations next week, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, we'll keep the people posted.
We'll do our best to keep the people posted. Let's stay on the subject of freaky niggas.
Yeah. This has unleashed like a slew of freaky niggas.
Everybody's a freaky nigga.
The newest allegations coming from Tyler Perry. Well, no, coming against Tyler Perry and Fat Joe. Honestly, I feel like I was more surprised about Fat Joe
No.
than Tyler Perry.
Well, I'm less surprised. I'm less surprised. I wasn't surprised at all. I'm more surprised that it took so long for people to see the things that they saw, because let me speak to Fat Joe's situation real quick. I'm going to preface this and say, I don't mean to offend anybody. These are just the facts as I see them. So don't take this the wrong way. Spanish niggas and Spanish girls, that has always been a thing. A Spanish nigga will fuck with a young Spanish girl. Girls in the Dominican Republic marrying niggas a 13-year-old girl in the Dominican Republic will marry a Spanish nigga, a 25-year-old Spanish nigga. That's a real thing. Mm-hmm. And in New York, Spanish niggas fuck with young girls. That is a real thing.
In New Jersey too?
Right. I get it. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Okay. But like predominantly Spanish neighborhoods, that's the thing. Like niggas will look at an older Spanish gentleman will look at a younger Spanish girl and be like, yo, like, you're gonna be pretty when you grow up. I'm gonna get ahead of the curve. I'm gonna make you my wife.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Hola, mami.
Whose uncle is that?
Que años. And they be like,
Que años.
15. It was like, oh, 15, cool. What's up? Buena Vista type shit.
What?
Whatever the fuck that shit mean.
Buena Vista?
I just feel like that's just a thing. That's a realistic thing. Like Spanish niggas fuck with younger Spanish girls. Like it happens in other communities too, but mostly in the Spanish community. Older Spanish men don't really have a problem with fucking with younger Spanish girls. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
That's just how I feel about it.
So that's why you wasn't surprised?
I was surprised that it took so long to come out about Joe. I wasn't surprised that it came out. I'm like, oh yeah, he a Spanish nigga. Like again, these are just the facts the way that I know them. Spanish niggas won't hesitate to hit a girl.
Oh, I said that to my ex too. I said, I'm not dating you because Spanish boys beat their girlfriends. And you know what he told me? He said, Ike never hit Tina. I was shocked and appalled.
Wow.
I was like, I'm sorry. No, so the conversation was, Spanish boys beat their girlfriends, and he said black men don't. And I said, absolutely not. And then he said, Ike never hit Tina. And I said, how dare you?
It happens, but...
How motherfucking dare you?
Just the facts as I know them, that I've seen them, more often Spanish men hit women. So it's like...
Yep.
I forgot where I was going with that. But anyway, yeah, at the end of the day, it took longer to come out than I expected it, because it's like you kind of expect like that's what them niggas do. So that for that man coming out saying like, oh, Joe was fucking with young girls and this, that, and the third, whatever, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm not gonna say it didn't happen. I can't say it happened for sure, but I'm gonna say, hey, he a Spanish nigga, and they saying he was fucking with Spanish girls, younger Spanish girls. That makes sense. Not even younger Spanish girls, just younger girls, period. Not all Spanish men do that. I'm just saying like some of them that I come across, they don't have a problem with doing this shit that this nigga's accused of doing. Type shit. You know what I mean? No disrespect to nobody in the Spanish community.
The Tyler Perry text messages was wild.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The Tyler Perry text messages was wild. I am not surprised that this came out about him. I am tired of him making movies about struggling black women, and I feel like he high-key hates women. That's why he always shows us in a struggling light.
I feel like he hate men. I feel like like something happened to him when he was smaller. Again, I'm surprised that it took so long for people to figure out, because I never really thought that he was not a person that enjoys the company of men. A man that enjoys the company of men.
That's why I said he hate women.
No, I feel like it's the other way around. I feel like something happened to him when he was smaller, along in his life, and he has this built up anger. Now he depict old men as bad or the enemy and shit like that.
But no, in his movies, no.
Which movies? Come on.
Even in what's the movie we just watched? Well, you didn't watch it. Straw. It wasn't no man in that. That was her struggling the whole movie.
So who was the nigga that they thought she got killed? That was her boss or some shit like that. See,
Yeah.
I've received the cliff notes from women that I interact with.
Yes.
So apparently he put her in a fucked up situation to where it's like she had to do something and they accused her of killing the man.
Yes.
So he was like one of the catalysts in her downward spiral into criminality.
No, it wasn't criminality. It was one incident.
Was it? They said she was accused of murder too.
Right, that was the incident. She was accused of murder because she did shoot the boss.
Then held up a bank.
She did not hold up the bank.
See, I don't know. I'm getting it in small pieces.
So that was the
sorry.
thing. The premise was that she held up the bank, but she didn't actually hold up the bank. She went in there to get her money, and they told her because she didn't have an ID, she couldn't get her money. So then she had the gun that she just shot the man with. She pointed it at the lady, and she said, "Give me my money." The lady thought she was saying, "Give me all the money." All she wanted was the money from her check. She was trying to cash her check, and they told her she couldn't cash her check because she didn't have no ID. So, no, she didn't really hold up the bank. And then she had her daughter's toy in her book bag, and it started flashing, so they thought she had a bomb. So that's why they thought she was holding up the bank. She wasn't holding up the bank. She was just trying to get the money. She was just trying to get her check cash. So... no. Yes, she was accused of murder, but 2 men came in the back to rob the boss. And because she had her name tag on, they said her name, and the boss thought she set him up.
Should I watch this movie?
I'm going to say it was actually a better movie than I thought it was going to be. But it's still showing a struggling black woman. Like, when are you gonna show women in a positive light, like doing something good, like making money, not having to do with a man? So
similarly, I want to say a lot of his movies, he depict men as abusive, cheaters, and like abusive cheaters, and they like basically they oppress women. I feel like that's how a lot of men have been depicted in his movies. Like you go from Diary of a Mad Black Woman, you got what's the one with I'm drawing a blank, but like most of his movies, you know what I'm saying? I could see him in my head, like every movie. That was Diary of a Mad Black Woman was the same movie he put that fucked up wig on Shamar Moore, right? Was a Fall from Grace a Tyler Perry movie too?
I think so.
So that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these movies, like it happens, but like he depict men in a fucked up way. I feel like his issue is against men. But anyway,
not against women. He said that he does that because that's how he saw his mother and his aunt growing up, like struggling. So that's all he knows. So that's what he depicts in his movie.
I mean, it made him.
That's whack. That makes you whack as a writer.
It made him a millionaire though. So I was like,
I mean, I agree, and we keep watching his shit, right?
Yeah. So like. My thing is like, did we not think that this nigga like niggas?
I thought so.
Like from the onset, like, all right. So like they say black men in entertainment, like actors and shit like that, they're encouraged to put on a dress for comedic purposes.
I've
right?
seen this argument.
That's one thing,
yes.
Right? But I feel
he
like
used to put on a dress.
If you continuously put that dress on,
he used to be Medea.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he still is technically, right? But like you take on that whole persona, and that's how people identify you. I feel like that's a part of who you are. Like you see yourself partially as woman. That's my thing. So it's like I never really seen him in a situation and thought like, oh yeah, nah, he just do it because it's funny. Like whereas Martin did it because it was funny.
I was gonna say Big Mama's House.
Martin did it. Well, that's a terrible example. I'm thinking more like Shanae. Big Mama's House was not funny. That wasn't a good movie. Martin, I'll forgive you for it because you did Bad Boys, but Big Mama's house, no. But like he did Shanae. Shanae, he did it because she
yeah.
was funny. It was a character. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know who else. Like Wesley
The
Snipes and
Wings.
them niggas. Them niggas bogged out. Tu Wong Fu was crazy.
White chicks, the
White
Wayans
chicks.
brothers.
They did it because it was funny. Because it was moronic. It's like yo, like ew, bro. How could anybody? It was just ridiculous,
Right.
and it was that's what we found the hilarity in it. Because it's like y'all two niggas as white girls, my nigga, like ridiculous, disgusting, type shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was funny. It was for comedic purposes. I just feel like his shit was more about his life and how he saw himself.
Got it.
That's just me personally. Freaky ass nigga. And it's like we said, I wrote down there, famous niggas is freaky. Famous niggas is freaks because it's like, yo, like every time you turn around, you hear a story about a famous nigga that was doing some wild, ill shit. And it's just like more and more and more and more people coming out about that shit.
Random. Why do you think that Diddy's gonna get off if R. Kelly's still sitting in jail?
Because one, the nigga Diddy, he got sex tapes. Is he being accused of situations with minors?
No.
All right, cool. Is he being accused of forcefully taking?
Yes.
He himself is being accused of forcefully taking. Or is he being accused of paying money for people to indulge in and he himself indulging in?
Part of me feels like both.
Okay, maybe, but I feel like he'll come home before R. Kelly because R. Kelly is on tape harming minors. R. Kelly has a profound history harming minors, so that's the difference for me. Like I feel like the facts of the matter is like they are both monsters in the sense that sex acts against people either one unwilling partners or minors is both heinous crimes. Going on to SVU. Shout out to y'all.
Hey.
But at the same time, it's like it's different because a lot of his dealings was with adults, and a lot of R. Kelly's dealings was with children for the most part.
Okay.
I think that's the difference in that situation.
So it says he's just okay, so it's not forcefully, I guess.
Yeah,
Abuse, threaten, and coerce women, utilize the resources and influence of his business, sex trafficking and transportation to engage in prostitution. The prosecution has stated they're no longer proceeding with allegations regarding attempted arson, attempted kidnapping, or aiding and abetting sex trafficking. So those 3 charges pretty much bring no jail time.
No, but at the
so
end of
that's
the
why
day,
they're no longer proceeding with those.
Quid pro quo is not illegal. Pro bono is not illegal. Like you do this quid pro quo. You do this for me, I do this for you. If you do this, I'll do this. That's not illegal. It's a practice. It's practiced every day in business and in life. You understand what I'm saying? So like somebody's gonna look at that and be like, damn. Like anybody in that jury is gonna be like, yo, I've used my influence or the limited power that I have to get something done. That's like saying like, yo, you fix my garage door and you give me a little discount. Like I'll look out for you in any way that I can. Not necessarily sex, but like think about that.
I was about to say.
But think about that, right?
You giving up the buttons for a garage door?
Right. That's like saying, like you say, like differently. But like you say, yo, I'm gonna have a kickback at the crib. Y'all can have the kickback at my crib, but y'all gotta bring the food. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I'll do this for you. I'll do this for y'all, but y'all got to do this type shit. So it's like somebody going to look at that and be like, yo, like, that's just where it starts. Because, like, so at the end of the day, like, you mean to tell me I could get charged with a similar crime, but with lesser, like, not necessarily lesser seriousness because I wanted to use what I could do to pay for or help me get a discounted rate on this thing that I wanted to do? So it's crazy. It's just a slippery slope, and it's gonna be tough for motherfuckers to get past that. Like you could say, y'all don't look at the man behind the curtain, but it's like once that nigga peek out, you're gonna be like, yo, why is this nigga behind the curtain?
Over there? I agree.
That's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
But yeah, Tyler Perry, I always felt like he was a freaky nigga. I always felt like Fat Joe was he a Spanish nigga. Like you kind of expect that shit from certain types of niggas. Not necessarily just Spanish niggas, but like he a famous Spanish nigga. So like,
But hasn't he been with his wife for like
means
ever?
nothing. That means nothing. That means nothing.
And his daughter, like, ugh.
That means nothing. At the end of the day, like, we could all point. Like, how many Spanish niggas you know that's been famous for a really long time that don't have no smut on their name? Just people, period. And no offense to the Spanish homies, because I got Spanish homies. I truly apologize if I'm making it seem like I got something against y'all niggas. I really don't. I promise y'all I don't. But, again, these are just the facts that have been presented to me. These are the things that I've seen. I feel to be factual due to my experiences with people and my interactions with people type shit. You know what I'm saying? I knew somebody back in the day that was like, his thing was young girls. And I told the nigga, like dog, my nigga, like, you wildin'. Like, why would you even look over there? The nigga ended up getting in trouble. Right? Had I known he had committed a crime prior to him getting accused of committing a crime, I would have definitely said something. I would have spoke up. I would have snitched in that sense. But like, just the thought process of like, my nigga, like, wait, no, nigga, don't. Why are you even looking over there? Don't fucking look over there, my nigga. And yeah, I would have told on him, but he ended up getting in trouble. Different, I mean.
That's wild.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's wild.
Just be careful, man. We recognize y'all niggas is freaky, so fuck that. I don't know.
You know what I had a conversation about the other day?
What was that?
Like, the concept of, I don't know. The concept of taking it from somebody that doesn't want to give it up is wild, because there are so many people out here in this world that will, especially, I'm just going to say from a man to a woman, right? There are so many women out here in this world that will give it up willingly, for free, whatever, that why would you want it from somebody that you have to like attack and take it from?
Agreed.
Just go find somebody that wants. And
Bro,
it's so easy. It's so easy to find somebody that wants you.
It is.
There's 8 million women to 5 men in the world. Like, I digress.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
That's why I didn't say the word.
I probably shouldn't say. But I've been on record to say that the easiest thing to get in this world, the two easiest things to get is an Uber and pussy.
Absolutely.
And sometimes the Uber don't come.
That was funny.
You know what I'm
See
saying?
what you did there.
But yeah, like, I don't get it. And definitely, like, if you're a man of substance or at least somewhat decent character. Like, me personally, like, I could log on to Facebook right now and find somebody that's willing to fuck me right now. And I could be to the house in 15 minutes or less. And provide.
And you don't even have to wait for an Uber.
And provide the service that you so desperately require. Or not desperately require.
Not so desperately, damn.
So conveniently require, I guess.
So
you know what I'm saying? So just
crazy.
at any point in time, if you felt the desire to want to be held or handled in a way that made you comfortable or sexually fulfilled you, you know, maybe slide in somebody's DM or something.
Yep.
I mean,
all that.
Or talk to my manager.
Whoa.
She's my manager, not my pimp.
I'm the manager because I don't get a cut. If I was the pimp, I'd get a cut. This is wild.
No, you the manager because you get less of a cut. You the pimp, you'll get more of a cut.
Oh, okay.
Like, if somebody paid me for sex, I would bring you in. I'll bring you up. I'd be like, thank you for facilitating this, Domo.
Thanks.
Here's 30%. Here's 30%.
30% of your $40.
I would do that for you, yeah.
Good to know, y'all.
Real quick, I want to say something. I want to talk about something that made me think a couple days ago that I wasn't going to bring it up, but I want to bring it up, right? Mm-hmm. I was going through something, like, emotionally, and somebody came to me and was like, yo, like, what's up with you? Like, you good type shit? And in that moment, I felt the need to apologize. Like, I was like, oh, shit, you know, I'm sorry, man. I just got a lot going on. And a little bit down, fast forward a couple of hours, I looked at myself. I'm like, dog, like, why the fuck did you apologize for going through something? Why the fuck did you apologize for feeling a way about whatever the fuck that you was feeling a way about? And I feel like that's terrible. That's a terrible thing for us as a people. I've been down this rabbit hole of like explaining my nose and how I've gotten to a place where I don't explain my nose no more. Like if you say, Alameen, let's do this, or Union, let's do this, I'm gonna say no. And you like if you was to come and be like, word, why? I'll be like, just no. What? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten better at that.
He
but
would never say that to me, y'all.
But like I really felt the way I was mad at myself because I apologized for feeling a way about anything. I apologize for feeling.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
When you said I'm sorry, did you actually mean it?
I was absolutely 100% apologetic that person had to experience me and my sadness.
Okay.
I was really...
That's terrible.
I was really fucked up about it. I was like, damn, like... Because I felt like... I'm not thinking like I deserve to be sad and I deserve to have these feelings and feel them when I want to.
Absolutely.
I deserve the time to work through these feelings. I was really on some shit like, oh, wow, you don't deserve to see me sad and... You know what I'm saying? Whereas I have the right to my space, but...
Absolutely.
I apologize that you had to experience me in this way, in this fashion.
I asked you that question because I feel like a lot of times we say things... This is going to come out weird. We say things that we don't mean, right? So in the context of if I hit you, right? And you be like, yo, you hit me. And I'll be like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. People's natural reaction is to be like, oh, it's okay. It's not okay. Right? Like, but that's just what you say after somebody says, I'm sorry. You just say it's okay. Because what else do you say?
No
so
worries.
That's why I asked you, did you actually mean to say I'm sorry? Or is it just something that as a natural reaction just came out?
No. Well, yeah, I get it. And you know what's bad about that too? Because with that, I felt like I've been doing the work to mean what I say and be more
intentional
with the things that I say and like the energy that I put out. So like me saying like, oh, I'm sorry, and I had got mad at myself. I was like, nigga, like why the fuck would you say that? You know what I'm saying? Because I am making a conscious effort to be better and hold myself more accountable and just make sure I say the things that I mean. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whereas in that moment, like, yo, like, you good? I should have been like, no, I'm not. But just give me some time to do what I got to do for myself type shit. But I chose to apologize. And now I'm mad at myself for apologizing when it's like I've grown into this habit of, one, holding myself accountable and meaning and attempting to say the things that I mean, but also, like... Because now I'm getting mad at myself again.
Let me ask you another question.
I'm sorry, I had to pause. I'm getting mad at myself again.
Let me ask you another question. Did you feel like you were apologizing because you thought you were giving off a different energy than you actually were? Like, you didn't realize the people around you noticed your sadness. Mm-hmm. So now you're like, oh shit, this is not what I meant to portray, so I apologize for that. Not necessarily you apologize for having feelings, but just like, oh shit, I thought I was here laughing and smiling, but I'm really just sulking in the corner. Sulking is a terrible word, so I apologize.
It could have been that. It could have been that. But I honestly feel like it was more so like me just attempting to be like, yo, like your space and your mood is more important than my space, than my emotional state. So it's like I don't ever like me just generally I don't ever want to bring the mood down. So like if I'm not feeling like myself, I won't come around.
Right.
But at the same time, like if I'm out and I'm not feeling like myself, then like I've had times where I didn't separate myself and I just I was on some shit like yo like shit suck right now, but I'm gonna just thug it out and just fuck with y'all niggas. Like whereas like I might have close myself off a little bit, but not necessarily enough that motherfuckers really notice, because a lot of times you noticed before, a lot of people have noticed that I've had situations where it's like I'm not really like I'll be the life of the party until like the life of the party show up. Like I'll entertain my friends and I'll be outspoken, I'll crack jokes, but then it's like I don't necessarily want to be that person,
right,
but I have the ability to be that person. So if somebody shows up that's willing to be that person, okay, you got it now.
there you go.
I could chill.
Accurate.
I could fucking reserve. I could fucking tap my battery, my social battery, and reserve it for me to stay here longer type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like situations where we go to Raw House and we in his backyard, we all there chilling and shit, we having a good time. I'm laughing and joking and entertaining niggas, and then homegirl Malika pull up, and it's like, yo, she like to entertain people, but talk to people, and get the conversation ball rolling. Whereas now I'm like, cool, Malika here, she got it. Now I can just sit over here like motherfuckers be like, yo, you good? Like, no, nigga, I'm off the clock. That's it.
Clock the fuck out, okay?
I'm off the clock. So that's all I wanted to talk about. I wanted to say that.
I'm sorry you had to feel like you had to apologize.
No. I'm better
for your feelings.
I'm better about it now, but just in that moment, it was just one of those things where it's just like, yo, like, who the fuck, like me, I'm talking to myself, like, yo, who the fuck are you to think that it's necessary for you to apologize to people for being wherever you are emotionally?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that. I feel like that was funny.
Speaking of having conversations in the backyard, oversharing in conversations.
All right. So, I want to tell a story.
Okay.
I just kicked my sneak off. I'm sorry. I'm getting too comfortable.
I always don't got no shoes on, y'all.
So,
I don't care.
It's a little gruesome. So fuck with me. Be mindful. Be patient with me.
Oh, it's like my feet. It's like what?
No, not my feet. My story. So I told y'all I was recently in the hospital.
Yes.
And part of me being in the hospital, I received a catheter.
This is where you oversharing in a conversation.
So again, this is an example of me oversharing, right? But I feel like the catheter stretched out the size of my dick hole. That's just how I feel. That could be true, whatever the case may be. I don't know. It remains to be seen. I'll give it a couple days.
Man, if you're out there, if you've had a catheter, please let us know if you feel the same way.
Did your dick hole recover?
Did your dick hole recover back to normal pea stream size?
I would imagine it would.
I don't know.
Because vaginas recover after babies, right?
I've never had a baby, so...
I mean, I
don't know.
I've had sex with a vagina post-baby, so it's like, you know what I mean? I don't have a baby-sized penis. Wait.
Whoa.
Hold up.
What?
You know what the fuck I meant when I said You know what the fuck I meant when I said that.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Sis was doing her Kegels. That's why it snapped back.
I do Kegels, too. But Kegels I don't know if Kegels work on your dick hole. But
How
yeah,
do you
anyway.
do Kegels?
Men, yo, we got a pelvic floor. So the same way you do them, the same way we do them.
Oh, okay. What is the benefits of you doing a Kegel? To hold your balls in place?
No, see, you get me off track. But the benefit of male Kegels is you last longer with sex. You, it's good for you in a lot of different ways. I forgot the benefits though, but like one of the benefits is like longer sex.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Your ability to retain semen during sexual activity.
Anywho, so the catheter, now you pee like a racehorse instead of like a human. Got it.
It's fucking crazy. So I had a conversation with somebody that's, kind of close to me, and I was telling them about stuff, but then, like, kind of into the conversation, I really felt like I was, one, oversharing, and two, I felt like, I'm like, yo, this person don't really care what I've experienced and what I'm going through. Like, they just want to know. And that's a deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I felt like in that moment, like, yo, I'm telling this person all this information. They don't really care. They just want to know.
Right.
You know what I'm
just being
saying?
nosy.
And that's different for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to tell somebody. I don't want to ever give somebody people too much information about me. I'm not a secretive nigga, but at the same time, like, what do you do?
It's none of your
Like,
business.
It's none of your business. It's my business.
Yeah.
2, it's like, if you don't really care, then you don't need to know.
I agree.
You know?
I started feeling that way, like, when I see somebody post that somebody close to them or somebody that they know passed, I don't ask anymore, like, hey, how did they pass? Because what difference does it make? It's not going to make the person come back. It's not going to change their sadness. It's not going to do anything.
Hey,
it's
how that nigga died, bro? How that nigga died? I got this Uno reverse card,
right.
but it only work in certain situations.
I got a skip card. Like, what? Yeah, like, it's just being nosy. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. Now, if somebody's sick and I feel like that, I do feel like I ask, because maybe I can provide some sort of insight. Maybe it's something I've experienced, or, you know, like, I know something about, or I've been through,
right.
And I could say, like, oh, that happened to me and such and such and such and such.
Right.
So that's a little different. But if I don't care, I don't ask. Like,
right. For sure.
I feel like I go through that, and maybe because I don't have siblings, I don't know what this feels like, but I feel like my mom tells her sisters everything, and that shit really irritates me, because why do they need to know? Like, if I call you and tell you something, why are you calling my aunts? Like, if I want to tell them, I'll tell them. But maybe, and I've said this to people who have sisters, and they're like, well, you know, it's just their sisters, so that's the bond that they have. I don't give a fuck. And maybe it's because I don't have siblings. I don't know what this is like. But that shit is so annoying.
I have sisters. I tell Nifa everything. Like, if you don't say between me and you, I'm telling Nifa immediately. Now, if you say between me and you,
you gonna give it 3 days and then you
gonna
tell Nifa?
No. I won't tell her. But there have been times when somebody said to me, they was like, yo, between me and you, whatever, boo, boo, boo. And I was like, I found myself talking to Nifa because I talk to Nifa so much.
Right.
And I'll be telling her, I'll be like, yeah, because you know, whatever. And then I'm like, oh, differently, Domo. No, wait, she not coming outside. And I had to catch myself. Because, like, I tell Nifa everything.
Maybe so. I don't know what it's like because I don't have siblings. Mm. But when my mom does it with my aunts, she even does it with me sometimes. Like, when she's frustrated with my little cousin, she'll call me and be like, oh, and I'm like, dog, why do I care? Mm. Why are you telling me what's happening between the two of y'all? But
who do you talk to?
I tell different people different things. So okay. I don't talk to any one person about everything. Mm. I don't. It's hard for me.
So I don't talk to Nifa about my sex stuff.
Because I'm pretty sure she don't give a fuck.
She don't give a fuck at all.
She don't give a rat's
But I'll tell the homies, I'll tell Jigga. Like, I'll talk to Jigga, I'll be like, yeah, man, whatever, woo. Got some pussy last night. You know what I'm saying? Shit was lit. Whatever the case may be. And I'll tell him, I'll be like, yo,
a baby came out of it at one point, and I still fit inside of it.
You feel me?
Because I ain't got no baby dick.
But those the only two people that really know everything about me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if anything was to ever come out about me, them niggas know already. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like I said, like, oh, see, I had to catch myself again. Like, I thought I had an infection from the catheter. And I went to that nigga. I'm on the phone when they was telling me, they're like, yo, you know what I mean? You might have an infection. I'm like, oh, word. Like, what's up? What I got to do? I'm on the phone with this nigga. I could have been like, yo, let me call you back. I'm about to talk to the doctor. Hell no, nigga, you know what's going on. Like, nigga, I don't know, pause, I guess. That you know I got what's going on with my dick, but whatever, I don't know. I don't know, but I tell that nigga everything.
But yeah, oversharing is really a thing. I feel like people ask questions that they don't really care about the answer to. They just want to know to be in your business. And I mean, yeah, I'm not in the business of
don't always feel bad.
Business.
Don't always feel bad for oversharing. It's just, if that's how you communicate, then that's how you communicate. But you got to understand, like, some people have boundaries on the information that they would like to receive. So I would say just be mindful of like the situation as it pertains to people. And like, yo, listen, like this, I got some shit going on. You mind if I talk to you about it or whatever? But you know your friends too at the same time. I talked to you about my big dick hole.
Yep. I have
no boundaries.
No, he has no boundaries, y'all. Like none. Okay, just not a one. Whatever's happening, it's fine.
No filter, like
at
nothing.
This
there's
point,
no check.
I'm just like,
there's no
fine.
check valve between my brain and my mouth. It's just like once it happens here, it happens here. It's just, the same thing.
Yeah,
my bad. I'm sorry, guys.
It's fine, and I'm okay with that when it comes to you. I'm okay with that when it comes to Kima. I'm okay with that when it comes to certain people in my life, right? That y'all just gonna tell. And I don't care, right? Because I genuinely care about y'all and I genuinely want to know what's going on. And I genuinely want y'all to be good, right? And want y'all to feel like this is a safe space. I will never be the friend that says, I don't have the capacity to receive this right now. I'm always gonna listen. I'm always gonna try to give advice. I'm always gonna try to be helpful. I'm always gonna, be there when you need me. I've never been that person, but it also makes me reserved in talking to people because I don't know if when you tell me that yes, you can receive it, not you, just in general, when you tell me that yes, you can receive it, that you actually can. Because I'm not going to lie. Sometimes, I don't want to say sometimes I can't. I always can, but sometimes I probably shouldn't in that moment. But I always do.
Yeah. Okay.
And I always make the space to do so. So, yeah. But, yeah, you motherfuckers that just be chatting and just be asking questions just to be fucking nosy, y'all can go to hell.
Yeah, I won't fuck with that, bro.
To the furthest corner and sit there and think about your actions. I told somebody that the other day. I told somebody to go to the furthest corner of hell and think about their actions.
You say mean stuff sometimes, Domo. Like some of the stuff you be saying, I be like, damn, like why would you say that?
Yes, please go to the furthest corner of hell and think about your actions.
What else do we have? I do have a question. Remember I said I like to close out these episodes with a question that I previously wrote down. You want to do it or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's do we have to put a pin on that? Yeah, just everybody mind your business until you're welcome to it. Welcome to that conversation is offered or welcomed willingly or whatever the case would be. I don't fucking know. All right, I got a question. A friend fucks up a bag for you. Who's wrong in this situation when you know this friend to be a fuck up or make questionable choices?
Me. You
wrong for bringing that friend into the situation? Why you say that?
Because if I know what this person is like, why would I do that? I have this conversation with people often. I do not refer people to jobs because
agreed.
What y'all think I'm out here doing work-wise, let me change that because now it sounds like I'm prostituted. The work that y'all think that I produce on a daily basis because I'm doing whatever, right? Like I'm going to get my hair done. I'm going on vacation. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. It looks like I don't do a lot of work. I produce a lot of high quality work. And if your work does not live up to my standards, I'm going to be embarrassed because now my boss is going to be looking at me like, oh, this is your homie, and they're slacking off. Like, I can't get jiggy with that shit. So unless I've worked with you in the past and I know your work ethic, I'm not referring anybody for a job. It's just not happening. So if I bring somebody that I know is a fuck up and they fuck up the bag, it's on me because no, I should have known better.
But I feel like also too, your friend should be mindful of the situation at hand. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, like I'll give you an example of me and Mouse, right?
Shout out to
Equally,
Mouse.
shout out to the bro. Equally, we have been hotheads throughout our life. Times, you know what I'm saying? There have been times where I was a hothead, and there's been times where he was the hothead. Obviously, now that he's grown into a situation and he's moved on to a different type of platform, a different plateau as far as socially, you know what I'm saying, and then he's moved on into celebrity. We both equally have spats of being hot-headed type shit. You know what I'm saying? So he was hosting trap karaoke one time, and it was just something going on with me mentally. I didn't know where the fuck I went. It happened. I could have fucked that bag up for him because of how I reacted emotionally. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, I did act out, but I had to catch myself as best I could before it got really, really bad. Because like me as his friend, recognizing that this is his opportunity and he's doing something to make money and feed his family, it was up to me to catch myself in that moment. Like he thinking I have the utmost respect and faith in my friends that if I bring you on board, that you're gonna be mindful and respect. Like, this is my thing. And this is the way I'm feeding my family.
But your question was somebody that you know is a fuck up.
Yeah, but
we know, Mouse knows that you're not like that
hold up.
all the time.
Hold up. I mean, I can be, though.
I
have a short fuse when it comes to, like, especially if...
You don't go to trap and act a fool every single time, and then he keeps bringing you back every single time.
Yeah, it only happened once. It only happened once.
Exactly. So that's different. Now, if you've been to trap 10 times and all 10 times you've acted a fucking fool, the 11th time, that's my fault now. Mm-hmm. Because why the fuck do I keep bringing you back here knowing that you're gonna act a fool?
You know what my problem is? I've never been beat up before.
And my hairdresser used to say that. My hairdresser used to be like, you could tell when somebody's never been punched in their mouth.
I've been punched in the face before. I've never been beat up before, though.
Well, same concept.
Yeah, I don't know. I would expect my friend, like similarly the same shit. I would expect my friend to be mindful of, this is my thing and this is this is my business. This is how I'm choosing to conduct business. I'm trusting that you be mindful of that. But yeah, like, I would definitely blame my friend. I wouldn't necessarily blame myself. I would blame my friend.
If it's the first time, I would blame my friend. If it was...
Oh, you only get one chance with me, though. Because we adults. No, we adults, Domo. Like, at the end of the day, like, if I say, yo, you know what? If I got a call, they say, yo, we want Union Street Podcast to come up to the Breakfast Club. And I'll say, Domo, come on. I got faith that you're going to do the right thing when it comes to doing the Breakfast Club.
Right, but that's our first time out, right? So that's like, you're saying you only get one time with me, right?
For sure.
That's like Mouse saying you can never come back to trap because of that one incident. That's not fair.
I would respect that.
I get it, but that's not going to happen because realistically, that's not how you act on a regular basis, right?
Right.
So now, if he brings you back a second time and you act a fool again, then he could be like, now you can't come back.
But I would respect him saying, like, for the first time, like, even though it didn't turn into a whole big thing.
Right.
Thank God it didn't. I would have respected him for saying, like, bro, you done up. You cooked, like, it's over. Because at the end of the day, you, as an adult, have to be mindful that, listen, one I've given him millions of speeches of, like, bro, like, would this person have this same energy if y'all was walking down a dark alley and it was just you and that person? You know what I'm saying? Right. Or, like, these niggas is hiding behind the wall of a million mile wall, like mobs of people, the internet, the whatever the case may be. They hide behind their celebrity and their ability to have people act on their behalf. You know what I'm saying? So your beef with this person is not that big of a beef because one, this nigga hiding behind his celebrity and the things that he could fucking he could potentially have done to you because somebody loves that person so much, or this nigga's not talking to you that same way if it's just you and him in the dark alley.
Also, my thing is, I'm not arguing with somebody who has nothing to lose, right? Mm-hmm. I have a job. Mm-hmm. I have a job. I have a home. I have things to lose if shit goes south.
Right.
I'm not arguing with some bitch that still live with her mother that has nothing to lose. You live with your mother, you have no job. What are we arguing for? Because at the end of the day, you don't give a fuck, right? You don't give a fuck how you look on the internet. You don't give a fuck how you look in real life. You don't give a fuck what happens to you. You don't give a fuck if you go to jail tonight. I give a fuck.
It's easy.
Even take out the internet part. I give a fuck if I go to jail tonight.
Right.
I'm not going.
That makes sense, yeah.
So I'm not arguing with somebody who has nothing to lose. Case in point. I lost my phone back in high school. And I got a new phone delivered. And the bitch that lived next door signed for my package because FedEx or whoever, FedEx, took it to the neighbor or whatever instead of leaving it at my door. And she signed for the package and she took my phone. And at the time, they used to print the phone number on the packing slip and the phone used to come activated. So she in turn took my phone and was giving my number to people as if it was her phone number. I wanted to fight this bitch. It was my summer before I was going away to college. And my mother told me, why are you arguing with this girl who all she does all day is sit outside in front of the building on the bench and ask niggas for shit? A couple weeks later, heard her arguing on the phone with a nigga. Why is my phone turned off? You supposed to be paying my phone bill. The bitch ain't never have a job. She can't even buy pads when her fucking pussy is bleeding. Why am I fighting with you?
You still got smoke for this girl.
I don't give a fuck about her.
Sound like you do.
I don't. This is how I felt at that time.
Right.
This is not how I feel right now. But my mother was the one that said, why are you trying to go at a girl who has nothing to lose when you're about to go away to college? We can get you a new phone.
Right. That's the small of it.
But I was like, it's the fucking principle of the matter.
Yeah, but that's the small of it a lot of times.
My mother's also kumbaya, love the world. This is where we clash.
I'm not kumbaya, love the world, but I'm also like you're beneath me in this thing. I don't think you deserve the respect of the energy that this conversation is going to provide you.
That's true.
You're beneath me. You know what I'm saying? Again, we go back to the conversation where I said I feel like I'm better than niggas. So in that sense, nigga, that's bum shit. And if you doing bum shit, you're a bum. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Dogs don't quack and cats don't bark. You see what I'm saying? So you can't tell me, I just did this because it was an opportunity. Nigga, you did it because you're a bum. That's bum shit. Stealing is bum shit. So you stole. That's bum shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, stealing is one thing, but you stole and got caught. If you steal and you don't get caught, that's a heist. That makes you a genius.
And it was so funny because she gave my number to somebody who already had my number and was trying to pass it off like it was hers. Mm-hmm. And I call this girl my cousin. So my cousin came to me and she was like, you know, such and such. I was like, yeah.
Boniqua.
That was my package from the other day that she stole. Now she's giving my number out to everybody. Cool. You corny. Because you gotta, whatever.
That was fucked up what I just said. I said Boniqua. You notice how when we make up fake names for black women, we always throw a Niqua on that shit?
Yep.
I'm better than that. I just want to say it to the internet so I could clip it up and make it a reel. Where's my camera? Right there. It's a lot of cameras in here, y'all. Please excuse me. I don't be knowing which camera is mine.
The one with the black tripod, not the one on the end. The second one.
Yeah. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Second from the right.
Yep.
You have a friend. That friend fucks up a bag for you, right? You know this friend to be a fuck up or make questionable decisions. Who's wrong in this situation? You for giving this person the opportunity to be a friend to you and come with you and come along, and you expecting them to do the right thing. Who's wrong, you or them? I always fuck these questions up when I do it.
Excuse me.
I
was holding that sneeze.
I always do it. I always do it wrong. Let me do it again.
Yeah, because you missed the part.
So bad. A friend of yours, you know this person to be a fuck up or make questionable decisions. You bring this person along with you for you to make a bag, and that friend fucks it up for you. Who's wrong in that situation? You or the friend? I'm going to leave it at that.
You did that. That was good.
That was better because my first, I was fucking it up. I fuck them questions up all the time.
You missed the whole
thing. I go
thing.
there explaining and breaking down and all this other shit. I don't know.
Love that.
We done though. Let's get out of here. What do we have left
Can
for the people?
How would you feel about having a guest on the pod?
I would love that.
Okay,
I love guests. Who is this guest?
I don't know yet. I'm about to put it out there. We would love to have a guest on the pod. I think when we have a guest on the pod, we should sit at the bar.
Keep in mind, we may be adding another co-host.
Don't tell the people that yet.
Oh.
But that means we can't have a guest?
No, we could definitely have a guest.
I think we should have a guest.
Mm-hmm.
We should do it at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. So, if you want to be a guest on the pod,
mm-hmm.
the greatest pod on the internet,
mm-hmm.
DM him.
Us.
See what I did there? You can DM us. Let us know that you want to pull up.
You got more friends than I got, so it would make sense. It would probably be one of your friends, like, hey, Domo, I want to come on the pod.
I don't have a lot of. I don't know. I don't have a lot of Jersey friends. All my Jersey friends I know through y'all, you and Whitney.
Okay.
So, but yeah, if you want to be a guest on the pod, pull up. Well, don't pull up. DM him.
Mm-hmm. We'll flush it out. We'll work it out. You got to sign a contract.
We'll make it work.
You got to sign a contract. You got not a contract, but you got to sign a waiver.
You got to sign an NDA. Nah.
Oh.
There's some shit gonna go down. Nah.
Diddy-esque.
Yeah. Huh?
That sounded Diddy-esque.
Yeah, no. I didn't mean it like that.
Did she?
I sure did not. Just make sure you get my nails again though.
Bring your butt pre-oiled. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild. That is wild.
All that ass before you get here.
That's kind of insane, but okay. Yeah, we can get out of here.
I forgot that we didn't do people we hate. We'll start out the next episode with people we hate. We don't got to do it now. We got to talk about people we hate though.
I hate motherfuckers that. Okay, I drive a coupe. Y'all motherfuckers that drive trucks that think you could just cut me off because I'm a woman and I have a small car, you cannot out fucking drive me, okay?
Small car.
Let's put that out there right now. The motherfucker I threw my water bottle at today, you cannot out fucking drive me.
Road rage.
Don't play with me. Those are the people I hate.
I had a person that I hate in mind, but if I start to talk about it, it's going to get me angry and I'm going to say this person's name and I don't want to start an internet beef. So I'm going to leave it alone for now. But next time we do an episode, next week, when we do the episode, I'll talk about the people I hate.
Okay. We getting out of here?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Do you have anything that you want to say to the people until we are doing this again next week?
As always, stay safe, stay healthy, have fun. It's summertime. We at war, but guess what? Black people don't take nothing serious. So have fun. Live it up.
A great man once said, don't ever argue with fools because from a distance you can't tell who is who. So if you find yourself getting out of character because you want to treat this person with the dignity and the effect and provide them with the energy of yourself, I don't know who's the dummy in that situation because you could be making some very, very valid points. But like once you allow this person to get you out your character and get you into an argumentative state, it's like you could be right, but you look like an idiot too. So it's like both of y'all look like idiots just hashing out some idiot shit. So just be mindful of that. Don't ever argue in public You know, if you're a classy nigga, stay classy. If you're a classy woman, stay classy.
I agree.
Classy always.
This has been the Union Street Pod.
This has been a Union Street podcast where we have the most interesting conversations on the internet with the most interesting people in the world. I have been Union and Jackson.
I'm Domo. Thank you guys for tuning in again. Another week. We love y'all. See y'all again next week.
Rah, rah.
That's your outro?
Let's go to a bashment party. Is it a bashment party or is it just a bashment?
It's just a bashment.
Can we go to one?
Sure.
I want to break this out.
Hey.
We out of here. Bang.